Hi, I'm Kim Fuller, life coach with Fuller Life Concepts, and I help you stay accountable to your goals. One of the barriers, the biggest barrier to reaching your goals and following through on all of the things necessary in order to get there is mindset. And one of the ways in which our minds trick us is called cognitive distortions or stinking thinking. And this video or this week, I want to talk about that whole concept of jumping to conclusions, where you do this thing called fortune telling. Have you ever done that? Where you already know the outcome before you even tried? And typically, 99.9% of the time, fortune telling is negative when it comes out of our minds, when it has to do with us trying to reach our goals or make progress. And when you have cognitive distortions or stinking thinking, that means you have a negative idea of what the outcome is going to be. So you're jumping to the conclusion that it's not going to work out, or it's going to be bad or negative. You know, sometimes we have those beliefs when we're going to, like, say, take an exam, and we're going, oh gosh, I already know I'm going to fail the exam. How do you already know that? You could easily surprise yourself. Or maybe instead of believing you're going to already fail the exam, you can do all the things necessary to prepare for the exam so that the outcome is more likely to be positive and in your favor. But if you have those cognitive distortions where you already know the outcome, which is a negative outcome, where is the motivation going to come from in order for you to move towards your goals? Where does it come from? I wrote down a few of those stinking thinkings or mind reading, believing that somebody else, you already know what they're thinking or they're believing. That's another type of stinking thinking. So there was this one situation where this girl, she was trying to date, and she decided that from a conversation that she had with a gentleman over the phone prior to the date, she believed that he only wanted a woman who looked a certain way, and she didn't look that way. So she was thinking, why even go on this date? Because I already could tell he wants somebody else. Did she ask him? No. Does she have any evidence of that? No. But what is the likelihood that she's going to go on that date with an open mind to see whether or not they actually connect on other levels? Not so much, because she's already done the mind reading part, jumped to the conclusion, which was a negative one that's going to keep her sitting in the same spot as she was, single and unhappy. Another type is kind of believing that, you could see the future. You have a crystal ball and you could tell what's going to happen. I mean, we all do that in different ways, but I know I've been guilty of that, where I already plan ahead for being angry or frustrated at something that hasn't even occurred. Something like, I bet when we get there, all the good seats are going to be taken. Why am I fortune telling? Why am I jumping to a conclusion? Because that means that we're not going to hurry up and try to get there on time, because what's the point? Because we're not going to get the seat we want. So how often do you do that in your life, where you are a fortune teller, where you are a mind reader, where you're jumping to conclusions that are negative, that actually are not based in any kind of fact reality? Stop that. Otherwise, you're going to not have the motivation to take the steps necessary to reach your goals. I'm Kim Fuller, life coach with Fuller Life Concepts, and I believe a fuller life is possible. You just got to work on the stinking thinking. See you next week.